actually, here's a question. During the ordeal, or maybe shortly after the ordeal, the death march, we'll call it, did did you say, I will never ever do this again? Or how long did it take you to start thinking? Because I know you're about to do a 1200K in Japan.
Well, good question, because I was
Yeah,
saying that while I was writing the PBP. I'm never going to do this again.
I know. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but then, so you are doing, and so people know this, next month. So what are we? We're at August in Japan. You're going to do a 1200K at the age of 69, I'd like to point out, Colin.
Yes.
What happened? Why?
That's right. My wife says you're crazy.
This week, we have Colin Moy, who is a resident of California. He's ridden with SFR, Davis, Santa Rosa, and Santa Cruz Randonneurs. His first brevet was in 2016, and he attempted his first PBP in 2023 at the age of 67. This unfortunately ended with a DNF at the 644-mile marker. Colin has put together an excellent rider report of this experience that I'll add to the description below. Colin, it's a pleasure to have you.
Hi, Peter. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. Okay, first question. What does PBP mean to you?
Um, it means many things to me. First the challenge to see how far I could push myself, and um, plus just getting what everyone was so excited to be part of this huge, famous party that happens every 4 years.
That's cool. Great.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go back to the start. Tell me about your background in cycling. What was your earliest memory on a bike? Why do you ride? All those kind of things.
Well, I did a lot of cycling as a child, but just having the freedom to explore. Since I moved to California, that's when my uh, skills really started to develop. Riding in a cycling club here in San Francisco Bay Area, and then in 2016, some friends told me about randonneuring, something called the R12.
Yeah.
And there's another one good friend of mine. He did PBP 3 times, and he was going to start. I think 2015. I said, "What's PBP?" And I never heard of it. And that's when I started following him, and we started this whole R12 series for almost 2 years, and working and work-life balance and writing all jumbled together. But
Yeah.
that was quite an experience. The camaraderie, meeting new friends, other adventures, and
Yeah.
then that's when I really, caught the bug and kind of latched on a friend of mine that did PPV 3 times.
And Colin, just so that people know, an R12, and maybe so that I know, it's every month you do a 200K. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Right.
cool. One or two other questions. What age were you when you moved to California?
I moved out to California in the mid '80s,
Okay.
and
And yeah,
from the
and
East
where,
Coast,
okay.
it's hard to do much riding in the East Coast the
Yeah.
seasons, and California is just a wonderful place to ride. You can pretty
Yeah.
much ride all year round.
Yeah. So then you meet these buddies doing this 200K per month. You kind of latched on with no real like plan for the future. You were just kind of enjoying the challenge. Is that right?
Yeah, just enjoying the challenge, the adventures, being riding with friends, and we had a core group of people, and then it kind of expanded to,
Yeah.
we had almost maybe 10 to 15 people all riding together.
Wow.
So that was, that was the fun of it. Yeah.
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 And what was it difficult to coordinate that like every month? And it sounds like you did it for 2 years. You did a
Oh, yes,
200K
most
because that's
definitely.
challenging.
It
Yeah.
was very challenging. People's vacation schedules, the weather,
Yeah.
who's going to picking which route we're going to do.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very challenging. And then keeping your fitness level up to do 200K every month. Yeah.
And would you find yourself riding frequently apart from that, or it was like every month I'd do 200K and that was it?
Oh, yeah. It definitely gave an incentive to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
training. Yeah. Yeah.
that's cool. And where in California is this? The East Bay somewhere? Is that right?
In the San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
cool.
occasionally we pick some routes up in the Davis, Sacramento area, Santa Cruz area.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And okay, well then, how did you originally hear about PBP, and why did you decide to attempt it? I suspect it was from your friend, obviously, the three-time guy. Yeah.
Yeah. This friend of mine, he did PBP 3 times, and throughout the course of his um, Mundial, which is 40,000 kilometers in his career,
Oh,
he had done the Super Randonneur series 9 times. And
wow.
there's another trinket you can get if you get 10 SRs.
All
So
right. Yeah.
in 2022, he asked me, let's go do an SR next year in 2023. But I said, okay, let's try it. 200 has been my longest ride.
Yeah.
I think maybe I've done maybe one or two 300s. Uh, that it seems, a nice progression. You can still finish, you know,
Yeah.
fairly, light conditions. Um, so then he had a near death experience. He got hit by a car.
Oh, wow.
Um, so I'd promised him we'd do this SR series in 2023. So I kind of felt I could live through my eyes through him if I did it
Yeah.
in 23.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I had no clue what was happening at 23. And I started to get into each of the brevets. And I see all these people. There's a lot of excitement on these SR series during PvP area.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying, "Hey, are you going to PPP?" And I said, "No."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is kind of crazy. So you started in 2023. You did like 200, 300, 400, 600, with no real plan to do PvP, but then
Right.
it suddenly started becoming apparent that you were going to do it. Is that right?
Yeah. It kind of came apparent to me. I was on the 300 um, by myself, and I'm riding along at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, "Wow, this is pretty easy. I can do
Yeah.
I do 4 of these in one time. Maybe I should try it." Yeah.
That's crazy, Colin. So again, like the fact that your first PBP at 67, that's pretty remarkable. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone doing this craziness. Had
Really?
you heard of
Yeah.
anyone else? Well, it's an
It's
unusual
yeah,
age
yeah,
to
yeah.
start. Am I right?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was riding along with someone else. We were
Yeah.
asking about their ages, and he says, "Wow, you're old."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because normally the sickness kind of develops earlier in life and then eventually people get there. But at 67,
Is that
so
right?
then
Yeah.
once you decided, okay, after the 300, I think I'm going to try this. How did the 400 go? How did the 600 go?
Um, 400 was tough. I had a good riding partner,
Yeah.
but we finished. Um, and then I found some other people to mentor me for the 600,
Yeah.
and that was quite an adventure. But um, I finished that as well. But so I had a good group of friends that were also vying to get their ticket punched,
Yeah.
and I had already finished my SR series, so um, I said, "Okay, hey, I'll help you get through your next 400 and 600." So
Yeah.
time comes around a few more months later, I'd finished 2 SR series.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah.
Did you find the 600 challenging? And did you say to yourself, oh my God, that's another 600K I got to do at PBP.
Um, yeah, it was a good experience. You learn a lot about time management and sleeping and nutrition.
Yeah,
But the fitness part was no problem, but it was just all the logistics of a long distance ride without any
really.
support. Yeah, it's a good learning experience.
Do do you remember after your 600, were you worried about time at all, like the 90-hour time limit, or that seemed not an issue?
Um, I wasn't worried about time. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I learned a lot from other people. We had a whole spreadsheet laid out pace and
Yeah.
time, and you know, through all your training and previous experience, I thought I could finish. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was kind of your strategy going into PBP? Like what was your the main kind of points you wanted to hit, I suppose?
Just stay on schedule and keep going. Yeah.
And how much sleep had you kind of factored in to the 1200K?
Yeah. I think I had scheduled maybe, uh, um, I haven't looked at my spreadsheet in a while, but at least uh, 2 hours at the main controls,
Okay.
um, with, a lot of rest stops in between quick naps.
Yeah.
Uh,
A- And were you had you like done ditch naps before and all that? Like your sleep was it a challenge for you or not?
oh, yes. I did a couple of flashes.
Okay.
Flashes are 375 kilometers, so in
Yeah.
24 hours. So I took a lot of naps on the floors of convenience stores.
That's good. Okay. A- And then was your plan to ride by yourself or with others?
I was planning to ride with a friend of mine, which we did a couple 400s together,
Yeah.
300s, but I couldn't keep up with them because I was having so much knee pain,
Yes.
which was kind of unexpected. I'd never had that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And actually, Colin, because I remember your excellent ride report, you talked about your knee replacement.
right.
When was that? What year was that?
That was 3 years prior to PBP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And had it got to a point that it was no longer an issue? Obviously, you just had some pain, but did it seem like you had recovered fully from your replacement?
Oh yeah, I felt it was fully recovered. That having done the SR series,
Okay.
had
Okay.
a lot of hard training
Yeah.
in that 6 month period. I lost my yeah.
Yeah. I get you. And I always ask people this, the just the logistics of getting to France. Had you been to France before?
I have.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it challenging to get there?
Um, the only challenge was the logistics of hauling a bicycle box. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a pain, isn't it? Did you
It
try to get
is.
there a few days early or anything?
Yes, right, right.
Okay. That's cool. Okay.
Um,
Great.
I think people who have done PvP in previous years have the advantage on logistics and scheduling hotels. And I was at our regional brevet administrator, our RBA. We're having
Yeah.
I forget we were having some kickoff party or something. Or I'd finished a brevet, and he was at the finish control. And this was like March or April. I was telling my RBA, says, no, I haven't made any airfares or hotels yet. He said, you better hurry up.
That's funny. That's cool. So describe once you landed in France. Were you nervous, confident? How did you feel?
No, I was just more excited.
Yeah.
But, I was trying to force myself to rest and sleep.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
And how likely did you feel that you were going to complete the 1200 PBP?
I was mildly confident
Okay. All right.
with mixed in with a bit of nervousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had you maybe thought about not finishing DNFing or anything like that? Like, was
That
that kind of
No, that
Yeah.
was never in my mind. What I would do if I didn't finish.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Again, 67. It's pretty impressive. Look, I did my first one when I was 50, and I
Ah.
remember, yeah.
Oh,
And well, I just remember being very nervous about the whole thing. Would I actually finish it? That kind of thing.
yeah.
So, so maybe you obviously were going to do the 90 hour. Is that correct? Do you remember
Right.
which wave were you at? What
Uh,
time did you
and
start at?
the T wave. I started about
Okay,
8:30 at night.
cool. So maybe describe the ride. Were you with anyone, or you were just setting off by yourself?
I was off
And
with one friend of mine, which
okay,
we'd done some of the SR series together. Yeah.
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 So maybe just start from the beginning. How did it go?
Um, that wave, people who have never done PBP before, you're in a group of three or 400 people. So it's
Yeah,
kind of manageable compared to other rides you do for like centuries. People do centuries. There's several hundred people.
yeah,
But it was pretty exciting, that the announcer was getting everyone excited and this big party music and all the participants were, all jubilant and ready
yes,
to go. And I could tell as soon as you crossed that start line, everyone had so much energy and
yes,
just shut off.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
And
feel did it feel dangerous the first few hundred K?
um, not too much.
Okay.
I had been warned about that. People kind of cut you off, and I did notice that a lot of other international riders aren't as courteous and count in the United States. They'll just cut you off and not give you any warning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
but for the first couple hundred miles, I mean, I was going at a pretty good clip. I'd been training to go at a pretty fast pace, like a 5 hour 100K, 4 hour 100K.
Wow.
And, I felt comfortable keeping up with it for a while, but I wasn't sure if I could maintain that pace. But I was with my friend drafting with him and I said, "Hey, are we going to keep this pace for a while?"
Yeah. Yeah. And do you remember the first control? Because you were kind of in the bulge, isn't that right? You were
Yeah.
surrounded by a lot of people. Was it overwhelming?
We got to the first control. I felt fine. Yeah.
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 Did it
And
feel chaotic just trying to get all your like card stamped
it was
liquids? Yeah.
chaotic to get in the queue and get food and drinks.
Yeah.
Uh, but all the volunteers were just outstanding, to help get you
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
Do you remember? Because night must have fallen pretty quickly. Isn't that right? Like you were only riding for a few hours before you
Yeah,
started.
there's
Yeah.
maybe one or a couple hours of daylight.
Yeah.
But if um, one of my PBV friend who did it 3 times, really good advice is stay on Pacific time.
Okay.
And so my body was wide awake at French time.
Well,
So
that's great. Yeah.
um, yeah,
So
yeah,
you go out very fast, but it still feels manageable. Then
right.
what happens? Then what happens, Colin?
And then about 200, 300 miles in, uh, the the knee pain started really flaring up.
Yeah.
Um, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it to Lodiak. Um,
Yeah.
and that's when I got dropped by my friend. I said, I can't keep up with you anymore. 'Cause every
Yeah.
stroke was just searing nail pain right into my knee. And by the time I rolled into Lodiak, I was really in tears.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of friends who were sagging uh, their husbands. Um, and one was a nurse and one was a doctor.
Yeah.
So I was texted him and said, I'm ready to quit. I was so much in pain. And my doctor friend, she says, well, take some aspirins, anti-inflammatories, get some good food, take a shower, go get to sleep and see how you feel. So I did all that and spent about 6 hours in Lodiak,
Yeah.
which killed pretty much washed away all the time I had put in the
Yeah.
bank.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
that pace, I wasn't counting on that pace to get sleep time because, so I kind of wasted my whole time in the bank on that.
Yeah.
And after a couple hours sleep, I got up. I felt pretty good. So I pushed on. Yeah.
That's great. And Colin, had you ever had that pain before, or like it was your replaced knee, obviously, but you
Yeah.
hadn't had that pain since the replacement? Is that right?
I did once on that 400 brevet and it went away.
Yeah.
But this persisted. It wouldn't stop. Yeah.
And do you think it was just the pace, or was there something else going on that
It
caused it?
was, I think it was definitely the pace because I've never kept the pace for so long.
Yeah.
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 That's it. It's interesting. And did you think so? You rested, and then I suppose if the pain had been an 8 or a 9, once you started again after resting, was it like down to 3 or 4 or something? Or,
It kind of came and go. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I found out from my orthopedic surgeon is once the swelling gets into the
oh,
uh, the the joints, because this
yeah,
metal joint,
yeah,
it just pinches the nerve every time it bends. I was getting that nail sharp pain at the 12 o'clock
yeah,
stroke. Um, no matter what I did, adjusted my stroke. It was just constant.
that's
But
terrible. So you kept pushing forward anyway, ignoring your pain.
yeah, I just kept popping aspirins and
Yeah,
anti-inflammatories, and it's horrible in France because there's no way to get ice.
okay, okay,
Even all the soda you get is warm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And did you think, so you were hoping that, okay, if this pain kind of diminishes, I can still make it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I was hoping I could control the pain
Yeah.
through medication.
And then
Um,
you get to Brest. How did it feel at the halfway point?
I made the breast. Uh, I was kind of happy. I was
Yeah.
really jubilant. I couldn't believe I made it that far. Um, and just kept the nutrition up and pushing through the pain. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but on the coming back on the return from Brest, the weather started turning. It got really warm.
Yeah.
I think probably about the 80s, but I was kind of used to training in the heat because I did a lot of my qualifiers in Davis, Sacramento.
Yeah.
And it was, in the 90s, almost 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So did that help, do you think, or
oh yeah,
not really?
definitely.
Okay.
I knew what to do
Yeah.
um, to ride in the heat. So um, it's some pretty good advice to people training for PBP is you train in all types of weather. Yeah.
So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you got to Brest, do you remember if you were still on schedule or were you behind schedule?
I was still behind. There was no way I was going to make up that time. Yeah.
Oh, like,
I could
okay.
see my clock. I was getting slower and slower.
Yeah.
And when you're riding at night, also you lose your pace is a lot slower at nighttime.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you stopped even trying to sleep, I assume. You just wanted to keep pushing forward. Yeah.
Yes, I found a very good bus stop.
Okay. Nice.
I
Yeah.
pulled up to the bus stop. Someone was just leaving. I said, "Oh man, this is a perfect place to ditch nap." Yeah.
A- And obviously you couldn't get out of the saddle or anything like that. Am I right? It was completely seated all the time, just trying to get through the pain.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And then with each control, you were finding that you were falling behind. Is that correct?
Yes. And I think by the time I got to Valaine's, they were pulling up all the time sensors. So she
Okay.
had to she had to manually stamp my card.
Oh my God, that's never a
Yeah.
good sign. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was waiting for them to pull him off the course.
Yeah. Yeah. You were kind of hoping someone would pull you off, but no one would,
Yes. No, but
unfortunately.
no,
Yeah.
no, please, please.
Exactly. End the suffering. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So you kept pushing forward.
Well, at Valenzo, you know, there's only another 200K to go.
God, that's amazing. That's
And
amazing.
yeah, and I think I was about um, 82 hours in
Okay.
or 80 hours in. And even at in my best fitness, can I do a 10-hour 200K?
Yeah.
And it was getting dark. It just finished raining. And then the woman at the control says, if you want, we can get an Uber, take you to the train station. So that was a
Yeah.
very easy decision. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And were there many people also making similar decisions around you?
Oh, yeah. There was probably about a dozen people there um,
Yeah.
waiting for the Uber to come get them. Yeah.
Yeah. Colin, it's extraordinary that you rode more than 1,000 kilometers with excruciating pain.
Yeah.
What
Appreciate it. Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Well, my several other PBP friends he says, when I asked her to help mentor me, he says, well, are you prepared to suffer?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So then maybe describe the Uber journey, the train journey, getting to the finish line, that kind of thing. How did you feel?
Um, I felt relieved. I was so tired. I just
Yeah.
slept the whole way in the Uber, and all of us were at the train station at Le Mans, and
Yeah.
we're all reminiscing on what happened.
Yeah.
Why did you DNF, and where are you from, and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
But maybe I'm wrong here, but I think there's different types of DNFs. When you just give up, that's the one that hurts the most. But really,
and
you tried everything you could through
yeah.
all that pain and you just didn't have enough time. Was it easy for you to kind of get over the DNF or not?
Um, the only part of getting over the DNF is all my friends were giving me all this praise.
Yeah.
It's a good job. You gave it all you can. And I had a long conversation with my RBA,
Yeah.
and he's done it many times, finishing and DNF. And he had a hard time also with the DNF. That
Yeah.
you feel like you haven't accomplished what you set out to do.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, it was a failure. But
Yeah. It's weird.
yeah,
It's messed up.
yeah,
And yeah, as I told you, I just DNF'd about a week ago on a 600K, but I knew I couldn't go any further physically. It was just too hot. So I don't
yeah,
care, honestly.
right.
But maybe when I was younger, even that would have really bothered me.
No.
So then, did you hang out at the end or not, or you just went straight back to the hotel?
Uh, yeah, I just took the train back. I was staying in Versailles, so I just took the
Yeah.
train straight back to Versailles. But
Yeah.
I didn't even go back to the finish.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
completely. And then
yeah.
tell me, when, how long, well, maybe a month afterwards, how did it feel? Did you have any different perspective about the experience?
Uh, no, it took me a good, what advice I had from my RBA was, try to compartmentalize that failure in your mind. And then
Yeah.
he had not, when he DNF'd, he had not done any serious riding in months.
Yes. Yeah.
So I kind of had the same feeling. I didn't want to ride anymore. Um,
Yeah.
nor could I was able to, but um,
Yeah.
I did a bunch of short social rides with friends, and that was about it. But yeah, it's just the physical toll on your body
Oh, completely. Yeah.
was devastating.
Yeah.
It took months to get over the physical aspect.
How long before your knee was 100%?
Probably a good year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. So then, actually, here's a question. During the ordeal, or maybe shortly after the ordeal, the death march, we'll call it, did did you say, I will never ever do this again? Or how long did it take you to start thinking? Because I know you're about to do a 1200K in Japan.
Well, good question, because I was
Yeah,
saying that while I was riding the PBP. I'm never going to do this again.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but then, so you are doing, and so people know this, next month. So what are we? We're at August in Japan. You're going to do a 1200K at the age of 69. I'd like to point out, Colin.
Yes.
What happened? Why?
That's right. My wife says you're crazy.
Yeah. And is there any precautions you're taking, particularly around your knee this time?
Yeah, I mean, through all my medical checkups with my doctor and um, just doing more long distance riding, I'm able to kind of manage the pain now, and I know what to expect and know what to do now.
Okay.
Um,
And you're going to start slow, I hope, Colin.
oh yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you know, another reason why I picked Japan,
Yeah,
because I've done 3 bicycle tours in Japan. I just
yeah,
love the country and the people, and just riding in Japan.
yeah,
And when I read the synopsis about um, the control points and the services and how the ride is going to be, you know, um, provided for our participants, I said, I kind of thought I could probably finish with all that support at all the control points. And then having only 200, 220 people
yeah.
on course, I think it'll be a lot more manageable. Yeah.
Cool. And are you riding by yourself or do you have any buddies or anything?
There's 2 or 3 other people from San Francisco Randonneurs going.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
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 Um, okay, so then assuming, and I'm sure you will complete this 1200K, that's it? Or does the sickness continue, Colin?
No, that's it for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, some friends are already signing me up for 2027.
Okay, yeah. I think,
But
well, I'm not going to speculate, but I will. If you do this in Japan, I think it's going to be hard not to go back. Honestly, come on, no?
I'm gonna check that box off.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
But I
that's great.
appreciate the sentiment and the encouragement for 2027.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, that's great. Well, good luck with Japan. I hope it goes really well, okay?
Thank you.